Hello, everybody. Today's Thursday, and that means probably several people are looking forward to a video about digging through all of the treasure that's in the building, hunting stuff down and looking for cool stuff. And I do have that video, but we're going to take a little bit of a hard left turn today because something happened last night. Do you hear that?
Hey, don't go to that. No.
Those are not downloaded sound effects. Those are the actual sounds from a break-in that we had yesterday. So another break-in, and it is getting so frustrating. The last video that I posted, I stepped on a nail, and there are a ton of hazards in this building. I haven't been able to get everything taken care of yet. I'm in the process, that's what the channel's about, but there are still hazards in the building, and kids keep coming in here. So many kids, in fact, that it has to be a small percentage, an actual real number percentage of kids that go to the Charleston High School. So I don't know what's wrong with this town these days, but the kids just keep coming and coming in waves. My thinking has evolved on this, and that's partly out of just sheer exasperation and partly as a result of after having so many break-ins, my concept of what was happening was a little bit misguided. So when I was mentioning that I wasn't interested in pressing charges and ruining somebody's life, I was mistaken. So I thought these were people who were kind of coming into the building and they were stealing stuff, whatever was handy, just as a souvenir or as, just to take it to be taking it. And to me, that is burglary because they're coming into the building and they're also stealing. So burglary is a felony. But as it turns out, these are mostly like 12-year-old kids who are wanting to do the Scooby-Doo thing. So, yeah. One thing I know is that an abandoned building to a 12-year-old is absolutely irresistible. It's like a force of nature, right? So it's going to continue to happen and continue to happen until I have everything 100% buttoned up and looking amazing. And then maybe I'll get some relief. So there have been so many break-ins. Since I posted that first video about the break-ins, I've had 5 events, almost all of them in the late afternoon. And almost all of them were like 12 to 13, 14-year-olds. And as far as I know, none of them were attempting to steal things, but they were coming in to break things, to, sow their wild oats. And in light of that, it's a trespassing charge, and instead of a felony burglary charge. So I'm a little bit more willing to press charges. So in one particular case, it was like 4 in the afternoon, 2 boys came in, they're out from out of town. I promised I wouldn't mention their names on this channel because I worked with the parents a lot to come to a resolution. And I was overseas at the moment that happened. And so we actually have these cameras installed in the building. They're all over the place. They don't have quite the resolution that their advertising says, by the way. So always buy double or triple the resolution you think you need. Yeah, so I was overseas, and my brother is a little more concrete than I am on these types of things. And so he said that we were pressing charges. And the parents reached out to me, and we kind of worked together, and then I wanted to drop the charges because I felt confident that their parents were going to handle it with them. And they were in a better position to kind of make it a learning situation than I could be by pressing charges overseas. And what we found out is that that's kind of a major process. Once wheels start turning, it's kind of hard to back out of that. So Yeah, so right now I've kind of come to a place where, since it's just a trespassing charge, and really there does need to be some kind of accountability, and the word has to get out that this place isn't really to be messed with, I'm okay with pressing trespassing charges. Let me know in the comments if what you would do in this situation. So this latest incident was kind of mean-spirited. So I'm going to play the video here for you in just a few minutes. And there were 4 boys that came in. It was middle of the afternoon, and they came into the building. And the great thing about those cameras is that they have audio in them, so you can hear what they're saying. And one of them breaks a window just out of kind of a mean-spirited, I don't know what was going through his mind, but he breaks a window. And one of the boys says, "Oh, don't do that. You can't do that." And so there is a little bit of a moral compass going on. And then another window breaks, and 2 of the boys decide, we're getting out of Dodge. We're leaving. He's doing this. And the other 2 boys are still laughing and continuing to do damage. So, yeah, I really feel like there has to be some accountability. We've had so many break-ins that if I count the number of kids that have been in this building, it has to be a non-zero, at least full 1%, maybe 2% of the population of Charleston High School have been through this building. So, yeah, something absolutely has to be done. So what have I been doing? I have got about 70% of all of the windows sealed and capped off around the building on the ground floor. I've got, I would say, about 30 main windows in this room here. I just love this room and these windows, so I'm not gonna cap these. I'm gonna replace all of the 12 by 18 squares. And then also on the front of the building, I want to turn that back to glass. But clearly from this video, kids have no problem breaking out a window. So if they want to get in, they're going to get into this building. So yeah, I'm just really, really, really frustrated with it.
I forgot if we go back and it's gone.
No.
Somebody
No.
gives us 2.
Ain't no way. Tag her in.
You have a whole fucking car in there. Can I start to go
Yeah.
back? Let's start your arches. No, what did I say? Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Seriously, don't. Oh shit, I just put my bro. Get here. Don't. No. Get here. No, bro. Oh my God. Don't push it. Just put a shit. Oh, what? Yeah. Why? Just put a shit over there. Yeah. Hey, let's hear it. Nah, bro. Come here. Keep going. There's a fucking door. Keep going. Like a big fucking door.
It wasn't me.
Leave the evidence.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Leave the evidence.
So, yeah, so what am I going to do? I'm going to finish capping and sealing the windows. And I think I'm going to put a whole bunch more area floodlights on the exterior of the building. Though, the kids have been coming in the afternoon. So because of their age, they're not out at like 11 or midnight. They're out at 4, 5, 6 p.m., which is incredible to me. Because how do you walk into a building in broad daylight that is clearly a commercial building? And I had a light on, a video light on, that I forgot to turn off that night. And so when they came in, they would have seen lights on in the building. what was going through their head? The only thing I can think is nothing was going through their head. So in addition to all of that, I'm thinking another thing that I might try is to have some signs printed up on something that is weatherproof, where I can explain right at all of the main entry points, because they keep returning to the same places to get in. Just signs everywhere that say, hey, we got new tech, we've got cameras that instantly notify us by text message. We can see you in real time, and the police station is just a couple blocks away, right? I could put those signs everywhere, and if a kid does any thinking at all, kids know tech, right? They know that they're gonna get busted if they go in there, if they see that sign. The problem is, I don't want to be that guy who's got all those no trespassing signs all over everything, and you know, I don't want that. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. I do have something kind of interesting connected with all of this over here to show you. So we had the group of the boy and the 3 girls from the previous video was coming in a lot, and they were coming in almost every other night. And I wanted to catch them. So we had a friend's ghillie suit, and I put that on, and they were coming in from the window right here. I got that boarded up and screwed in. And so I sat right here around this corner. You see there's a chainsaw right there. My plan was just to wait here in the dark until they came through there, wait till they got good and in the building, and then, you know, bark at them, you know, what are you doing? And because that's one thing about me is I do have a very loud voice. So I thought, you know, I could just be holding that chainsaw, not even pulling the string. It doesn't start, I don't think. So I could pull the string, make the sound, and just give them the scare of their lives. And probably there's some liability associated with that, because if they, you know, tried to scramble out and got hurt, then I might get in trouble for that. But you know, they are in a place where they're not supposed to be. They are breaking in, and that night that I was sitting right there, they actually stuck their fingers in behind that board and yanked on it until it came off. So let me back up for a second. Sitting here in the dark, not knowing the age of the person that's coming through there in this spooky old building, with raccoons running around making noises, not knowing who's coming through. It could be, you know, could be a real dangerous person coming through there. I will not lie that I had some trepidations waiting in the dark. So I was, but I managed, stuck it out. And just as they were getting ready to come through that window, my brother came to check on me, and they saw him and bolted. So I was just inches away, and we had that nighttime camera up there. If they would have come in the building, I would have had a really interesting, entertaining clip. I thought for sure they wouldn't be back after that close of a call, because they should know that we were on them. Like, you know, why else would we be here in, you know, the middle of the night when they were trying to get in? But it was like 7 or 8 days later, maybe a little bit longer, I can't quite recall, that we got that footage of the 4 of them walking through the building. Actually, I back up. The night they were coming in, there were 4 boys. And the night we got them on camera was 1 boy, but we believe that 1 boy was one of the 4 boys that came in the night that I was sitting here. So, yeah. Regardless, something has to be done. So that video wasn't posted too long ago. In the interim, 5 break-ins have happened. So, and you consider every time there's a break-in, there's 2 to 4 kids coming in. And so, what is that, 20, over 20 kids? Yeah. It's a problem. It is a real problem. So maybe we could have the local junior high and the local high school add a new class to their curriculum. And the class could be not breaking into the Brown Shoe Building in Charleston. I can just hear their conversations now. What'd you get in math class? Oh, I got an A. What'd you get in not breaking into the Brown Shoe Building? I got an F. I just couldn't resist. Irresistible to kids. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm really really stressed out about it. One thing I've decided is that I'm going to press charges. There has to be some accountability. I'm okay with it because it's just a trespassing charge. They're usually under 18. It's not gonna follow them around for their whole life. But I've come to that conclusion. I know that some people, you know, they might say, hey, they're just kids. Other people are like, throw the book at them. So let me know in the comments what you think I should do. And also let me know in the comments if you have any ideas of how I might deter the kids from coming in without being like the old curmudgeon with all the keep off my grass signs. So one thing I thought I would do, oh, I had about that. I had one viewer comment that for the raccoons, I can turn on the radios in here all night, and the raccoons want to sleep, and it keeps them constantly nervous when they hear that, and so they kind of move on. So I wonder if that could work for kids. I wonder if, I mean, when they came in, the light was on, didn't stop them, they just kept walking through. So I don't know if a radio would do it or not. So one thing that would be amazing is if I could find out the technology to, because when they come in, we get the text message and we can see what they're doing right in that moment. It would be great to have a speakers and play a practical joke on them. Speak out and tell them, get out on the floor, you're surrounded, the police are outside, you know, get down on your knee. I don't know if those kids would fall for that, but yeah, that would be pretty awesome. So, okay, so that brings me to why I'm doing this video instead of the treasure hunting today. It's kind of time sensitive. So I know that there are a lot of viewers on the channel who are kind of local and who are kind of interested in what's happening with the building. And so I wanted to hurry up and post this because some of you guys may have kids that go to Charleston High School. And I was just hoping maybe I could ask you to show this video to your kids. It's also posted on the You Know You're From Charleston If Facebook group. And if you could have your kids look at that and identify who they are and let me know. Please don't put any names in the comments section. You can DM me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram on there and you can contact me through that. Or you can go to the Facebook group and then direct message me from there. So, because last time we posted there, we had lots and lots of people saying who they thought it was, and some of those names weren't the people that actually were here, and it was a big mess, and so I don't want any drama with that. So, okay, thank you guys, and keep rooting for me. I'll get it figured out sometime. All right, talk to you soon.